Well, we're going to be in Job chapter 1 and 2. Um, this chapter 1 and 2 have changed my perspective on a lot of things. And this past few months, man, it's been just crazy. Different ways I look upon things. You can see God and how He moves through the different trials, and you're going to go through this because I don't want you to go through this. This will be better. You just don't see it. And your car breaks down on the way to work, but you could get in an accident. I could be saving your life. So I've been doing different Bible studies, and this came up, and I've been really blessed because of it, so I want to share it. Chapter 1, verse 1, it says, there was once a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. How would it be so nice if that would be easy? But he says a man of complete integrity. I looked into that more. It's pretty much the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. I used to think that I had integrity, but after I looked into this, it's like I was nothing. Because later on in his chapter, you can find out what Job goes through and what he does at the end immediately, and it's just mind blowing. So it says, verse 2, it said he had 7 sons, 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, and 500 female donkeys. He also had many servants. He was in fact the richest person in the entire area. And I went ahead and figured out how much land you would probably estimate we have to have for the animals. Just for the sheep, he would need approximately 60 acres. Now we think 60 acres, that ain't too much. There's plenty of people who have 60 acres. Well, for the camels, they don't know, because they're more so in the desert. They're raised to roam. They weren't raised to be in captivity, as you assumed. But they didn't have an answer for that. The oxen, for 6 acres, 16 oxen for 12 weeks for grazing. Now you think he has 500. Okay, 9 acres would only hold 26 oxen for 9 weeks, and that's as far as it. Let me go into on the internet. So you can imagine just how many acres he had just for that. 1 acre per donkey, so 500 acres. And it goes on, and it's just how much land that he was over. And then he had to have servants to help take care of him. So you can tell he was a man of authority, a man of power. He was a man of integrity. He took care of his people, and they took care of him. It says, Job's sons would take turns preparing feasts in their home, and they would also invite their 3 sisters to celebrate with them. When the celebrations ended, sometimes after the several days, Job would purify his children. He would get up early in the morning and offer a burnt offering for each of them. For Job said to himself, perhaps my children have sinned and have cursed God in their hearts. This was Job's phrase of practice. You got to remember, Job didn't live in times before he had to work. He didn't live when the apostles were here, when the disciples, or any of that. And it doesn't go about how he got the relationship with God, but the amount of faith that he had in God is unbelievable. We think at times we have great faith, but yet when our phone dies, we get all flustered. We don't even know what to do. We can't even make dinner. We can't even eat. Because why? Our phone's died. It just ran out of battery. And now I gotta wait till it charges it up. But back then, he didn't have all these distractions we have now. He was able to focus on one thing, God. And as you see here, later on, this chapter, you can see that he puts God first in everything he does. And, it hit me because it's like, I've been doing Bible studies now every morning before I go to work and throughout the day, and I'm always praying, and how my work's changed because of how I look at it. It's not the same. It's realizing that your job isn't who's making everything happen. That's not your provider. If you truly trust in God, that is your provider. So say if your car breaks down and you don't have any hours for work to take off, God's going to provide because he's your provider. And little testimony on that is like, when my car broke down a few weeks ago, my alternator went out on the way to work, and I was like, Lord, I don't have any paid time off. And hours are slow as it is. So, but you know what? You're my provider. I'm not going to worry about it. So I called my wife. She got all nervous. So I was like, hey, baby, just come and get me. The car broke down. I'll probably the alternator, so we'll take care of it later. And I was just praying until Wilson got there, and I'm like, God, you are my provider. I can't worry about this, because something worse could happen to me if the car didn't break down. There's obviously a reason. I may not know exactly what it is, but I have to have faith in you. So I was praising him. And when we got home, I just went back to bed. I'm like, well, nothing I can do now, so I might as well go back to sleep. Thank God that I can get more sleep. So woke up around 8 o'clock. We did a lot of running around, getting things done, and ended up being there all together. And fixed it that day. I went to work, and for some reason, I got a new set of pink bank hours. So I still got paid for that, and not even expecting it. I don't even think I was supposed to get it. That's the truth. So that's all, that's one of the little ways that God works. And I didn't even know it. And it opens up your mind when something that happens. And it makes you realize that, okay, I can trust in this God. This God is my provider. This is my Savior. Okay, how can I put more trust in him instead of my own fleshly desires? We're going to go through Job's first test, verse 6. One day the members of the heavenly court came to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser Satan came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth and watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless and a man of complete integrity. There's that word again. He fears God and stays away from evil. Satan replied to the Lord, yes, but Job has good reason to fear you. You have always put a wall of protection around him and his home and his property. You have made him prosper in everything he does. Look how rich he is. But reach out and take away everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. God, this is what Satan does. He tempts. He's do this, and you're going to get this. You take away that person's car, and he'll surely curse you to your face. Well, this shows you how much trust God has in you, and how much faith he's got in you. God says, all right, you may test him, the Lord said to Satan. Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but do not harm him physically. So Satan left the Lord's presence. One day Job's sons and daughters were feasting in the oldest brother's house. A messenger arrived at Job's home with this news. Your oxen were plowed, and your donkeys feeding beside them, and the Sabins raided us. They stole all the animals and killed all the farm animals. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. All right. While he was still speaking, another messenger arrived with the news: the fire of God has fallen from heaven and burnt up all your sheep and the shepherd. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. You see this? I read this many times and I missed it until now. It's the fire of God God. This is how Satan works. He tries to get it to where it looks like God's doing it. Fire from God. No, that's Satan. Sometimes we give Satan too much credit. If something happens that's bad, it's not necessarily God. God allows it, but he's not the one doing it. While he was still speaking, a third messenger arrives with the news. 3 brands of, I don't even know how to say it, Chaldean raiders have stolen your camels and killed your servants. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger arrived with the news. Your sons and daughters were feasting in your oldest brother's house. Suddenly a powerful wind swept in from the wilderness and hit the house on all sides, and the house collapsed on your children, and all your children are dead. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. Now, you see how every something that happened, somebody was always there to come back. So that's not just a coincidence. Satan arranged this in a way to where Job knew what was going on. Okay? And Job stood up and tore his robe off in grief. Then he shaved his head and fell to the ground and worshipped. He said, I come naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I have, and the Lord has taken me. Praise the name of the Lord. In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. Now, how amazing! I just pictured me in this position. The wealthiest man in the land had all this cattle, all these animals, all these servants, huge family. Well, probably back then that's probably normal, but nowadays it's a big family. All dead. Everyone except for his wife. Now, me, I'm just gonna say it. I wouldn't fall straight down and pray to God. And I hope that I can just be a fraction of what a man of integrity is, Job is. Because that's a lot. When I think of my daughter, just one daughter, now I got 2, but I couldn't imagine anything happening. And I get very defensive. And what dad wouldn't, that I would say. Cut up on my notes real quick. Job's second test. One day the members of the heavenly court, came again to present themselves before the Lord. The accuser of Satan came with him. Where have you come from, Lord? Satan answered, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on. That's all he does. And you got to understand that whenever something happens, it's not that God doesn't know. God's allowing it to happen. Like I said earlier, he's got so much faith in us that we have faith in him. So be excited, be blessed, be pumped when something happens to you, because God's sharpening you. God's making you something that you weren't. The Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? Again, he's the finest man of all the earth, and he is blameless. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil, and he has maintained his integrity, even though you urge me to harm him without cause. Satan replied to the Lord, skin for skin, a man will give up everything he has to save his life. But reach out and take away his health, and he will surely curse you to your face. Here it is again. He's, okay, God, I bet you that if you take his skin, if you take his health, make him sick of his own, he's going to curse you sometime. Now, how quickly we forget when we get sick to pray about our sickness. Instead, we go to the medicine cabinet and we pull out some medicine. You know, that's your provider. If you go straight to that and don't even ask the Lord, that's your provider. Whether or not you like it or not, that's what you're putting first. So, here it is. Skin for skin, it says. It says, all right, do as you please. Do with him as you please, the Lord said to Satan, but spare his life. So you couldn't kill him, but you can harm him. You can make him sick. So Satan left the presence of the Lord, and he struck Job with terrible blows from head to foot. Verse 8. Job scraped his skin with a piece of broken pottery. As he sat among the ashes, his wife said to him, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die. I could imagine Job having to hear his wife just to say that. It's just like, what did you just say to me? I mean, it's just crazy. But you know, we forget in Job that it's not just about Job. It's not even about Job. You know, he had a wife. You know, as a married couple, if the husband is hurting, so is the wife. You guys are now joined as one. Biblically speaking. So your husband hurts, you hurt. Your wife's hurt, husband hurts. In some way, you guys are both in the same boat. So as a wife, seeing that God's or Job's such a man of God, and yet still has all this stuff happening to you, to him. I mean, I wouldn't want to see my husband or my wife, you know, be in that position. You know, I would want to look for an easy way out, just for his sake, or her sake, whatever. But Job replied, you talk like a foolish woman, said, and should we accept only good things from the hand of God, and never anything bad? So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. In the midst of Satan, what he's trying to do is he's trying to do is get Job to curse God. And why? Because of his authority. You knock out the biggest person, all the people following him, they start to waver. They don't believe in that God anymore because, well, you just knocked out my dad. You know, just say my dad. You know, it's like seeing what my dad's been through. It's like, wow. You know, I'm so happy I got a heavenly Father to look up to instead of my earthly father. Because as much as he's fallen, you know, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at my God. And we all should have somebody we look up to. Like the pastor, you know, he's a great man to look up to. But in all this, as you see this, he in chapter 1 and 2, he never curses God. His faith never wavers. And how many times our faith always seems to waver, you know. One day it can be great that we think, and the next day we forget God all in itself. You know, that's the truth. And then we go, wow, why God? Why are you going to do this to me? I see how it is. Yeah, your son, I'm your chosen child of God. Yeah, whatever. You know, if I'm your child, you should look up after. You should look after me. You know, help me out a little bit. But yet, we just walk all over. Oh, hey God, I'm just going to put you right here for now. I'm just going to go do this and pick you up, you know, a little later. Another thing is, you know, should we not expect only good things from God? Or, you know, when do you praise Him? Why do you praise Him? got to be a reason. Do you only praise him? You put him in a jar and you say, okay, God, you're not with me right now. I'm going to go over here because times are hard, or times are good. So I'm just going to, okay, thanks God. Here, put you back on the shelf, and I'm going to have my little fun time, and when times get bad, I'm going to come back to you. And I expect you to be there just as you were just a little bit ago. And that's just, I can't, it's just not right. You got to praise him in the good and in the bad. And it says, in all things, Job did not say anything wrong. It's just like the 12 disciples, I think it was Peter, when he was talking, he was saying stop. And he wasn't talking to people. He was talking to Satan. What he was talking wasn't of God.
Get behind me, Satan.
Yeah. Behind me, Satan. And in Job, verse 11, talks about his friends. When three of Job's friends heard of the tragedy he had suffered, they got together and traveled from their homes to comfort and console him. Their names was Eliphaz and Timonite and Bildad, the Shunites. Shuhites. Okay.
Short.
And Zophar.
That was like
The Mammothite.
That guy.
That guy. Right there, verse 11. Just read that, When they saw Job from the distance, they scarcely recognized him. Wailing loudly, they tore their robes and threw dust in the air over their heads to show their grief. Hey, oh my gosh, you're inside. I can't stand this. Grab some dirt and throw it in my face. Make me look, somewhat bad, just for you. Yeah, get screwed down to your level. Oh man. So they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words. He had boils all over the place. That's like, the only thing I can think about is like staph infection. When he gets all boils, I know my dad, he had it, and I had one, and it just hurts. It's just in constant pain, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and you gotta, go get some treatment or whatever, but you keep popping it, and just nastiness just keeps coming out. And my dad had about 4 of them on his arm. My dad's not a man of, he doesn't show pain. I've never seen him say ow, except for when he had these. He had one in his armpit, one right here, and one right here. And then my little brother got one too. But I just would watch him, and he just scrapes them, and just to imagine it, it's just like, and then to see it, it's so nasty. He filled up a cup. It's bad. I want to get this out because it's just so nasty. And he had it from head to foot. Now that's a lot of balls. That's a lot of nasty stuff. But what did he do? He still never ceased to worship, praise God. So I ask you guys, it's like, why do you praise God? You have to have, there's got to be a reason, or else as humans, we're not going to do it. Do you praise him because you get stuff from him? Do you praise him because he loves you first? He gives you stuff that you don't even, you can't even imagine how much stuff he actually gives you. And we just take it all for granted. And God gave Job so much. And why? Because he was a man of complete integrity. He always put God first. sometimes we have way too much on, and we forget to put God first. I know in my personal walk, ever since I've been putting God first in a lot of almost everything pretty much everything that I can think of. Just God, it's your will, let it happen. And things have been opening up like I've never even imagined how fast things just open up for me and my family. And I'm just, okay, God. Some days, we have nothing in the account, bank account. Well, you know what? I don't care. And then that day, we get plenty of money coming in somehow. It's all God. And I give all glory to God for it, because if it wasn't Him, I know I wouldn't have that house still. Maybe foreclosed, something. But I know that God's got us there for a reason. Yes, this talks about in Job 8:44. John 8:44. Talks about Satan.
It says, "For you are the children of your father the devil, and you love to do the evil things he does. He was a murderer from the beginning. He has always hated the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, it is consistent with his character, for he is a liar and the father of lies."
Father of lies is that's like the chief of lies. This is just going to who Satan is. And then 2 Corinthians 4, verse 4. Chapter 4. Satan, who is the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of God, of the good news. They don't understand this message about the glory of Christ, who is the exact likeness of God. See, it clouds your mind. It gets in there, and this is why we have to be so ingrained in our faith and in the Word. And when we see something that doesn't mix up, that doesn't go right into it, it's not of God. That's where Satan goes in, just like in the very beginning, when we have an Eve and he just, did God really say that? He fogs everything up to where it's kind of confusing, but I'm just going to go with it. And that's how Satan gets us all the time. So, how do we stop that? Getting in the Word. Having that communion with God. What's better? Nothing. In 1 Peter 5, verse 8. Says, "Stay alert, watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that your Christian brothers and sisters all over the world are going through the same kind of suffering you are." I take courage, because we're not alone. This little church is not the church. All our Christian brothers and sisters, we are the church. This house is not the church. together. It talks about being in sync, being of one mind, one accord. It's not just for me and my wife, it's for all the Christians. We need to be alert. We need to stay strong. Too many Christians right now are just backing off because they don't want to deal with it. And if we just stand firm and fight the good fight, Satan has nothing to go on. He's just going to flee in 7 ways. 7 different ways. So we got to take courage in that. It's funny that Satan that thinks he's better than God, but you got to realize that he doesn't have the keys to his own house. And sure enough, he's got boundaries what he can do to each one of us. He has to come to God, I think I'm so much better than you, but hey, can I mess with that guy over down there? I think I can get him to curse you. I think I can get him to fall right on his face. If you just let me, give me the time of day, please. But hey, I'm better than you. I'm just asking for your sake. That just floored me. It's like, really? How stupid can you be, Satan? You're not going to win this battle. It's already won. Do you guys believe that? And during all this, God doesn't tell Job why he's doing what he's doing. And you notice, he's just kind of didn't even really, I don't even think he really said anything to Job. Just kind of, all right, go ahead and mess with him. Take his family. Take everything he's got. Do what you want. Make him sick. But he doesn't tell Job why. And sometimes I wonder, it's like, why don't you let me know why and where I'm going? But it's because he wants to see how much faith you have in him. Okay, if he tells you everything, we're going to want to change it up and say, well, I want to go this way because I think this would be better. But yet, this way you could be helping another person come to Christ. This way, oh yeah, it could be a lot easier, but what's greater? And he just wants us to put his trust in him, our trust in him until the very end. That's true faith. Not saying what you're going to. It could be scary, but as long as God's the one that's telling you, he's always got a better plan, a bigger plan than Satan can ever even think about. And Satan doing all these little things, that's only strengthening us. If you think about it, he's really helping us get closer to God, because without all these different things going on, there's no way for us to be able to get closer to him. So that's why it says, I think it's in First Peter. Actually, this is my life verse, but it is no shame to suffer for being a Christian. Praise God for the privilege of being called by his name. And that's 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 16. It talks about suffering for Christ. It's counted as joy to suffer for Christ. We're always going to suffer. This body right here is always going to suffer. You might as well pick why you're suffering for. You're going to suffer for Satan, or you're going to suffer for Jesus. That's the bottom line. So I'm going to close with this. Why do you worship God? Really think about that. I had to. And it's got me thinking twice, then why do I worship God? Yeah, we get stuff from him. That's great. Maybe that's why I'm worshiping God. But then, when he doesn't do anything, or when he doesn't give you anything, are you still going to worship him? We say yeah, but do we? And will we?